Before I start the video, excuse my voice, I have a flu and that means I'm sick. So yeah, let's get into it. Do you remember this game?
Again, speculation based on the current flow of development and what I'm seeing.
What about this one? Well, if you don't know the video, maybe you recognize the game that's in the video, right? This game was Blocia, reworked to Breadverse, then Bloxia, or Bloxia, then Breadverse. There might be prior names that I don't remember because it was before I discovered it, but this game had an almost promising potential, except for all the major flaws it had allegedly in the background. Here's a well-deserved update as to what happened to that ghost of a game I liked based on the potential that I saw. According to the new owner of the Discord server, and by extension the game, they've rebranded due to finding out that Bloxia had faulty codes, fail-ready databases, it was bug-ridden, had code duplications, and way more codes and errors that just needed to be fixed after purchasing from the previous team. If this is indeed true, this would make for what's said and done to be monitored by the entire group as a whole, both the Exploria team as well as the prior team for what they're working on now. However, based on what I see in the text, which I'll read shortly, they have, and I'll paraphrase because I don't really want to read, Exploria should have better UI, faster servers, stable servers, dungeons, better shop mechanics, essentially a whole new game and removing all of the fluff that Bloxia had to offer. One thing that hasn't shocked me too much from what the Exploria dev says is the Bloxia team or dev scammed their players. My reason is they had a lot of things for purchase which was earlier in development, and they changed the game names quite a lot and designs as well, which is something you do during testing, which is normal, or alpha, which is normal. However, during these phases there's not normally that much purchasables. I have pointed out this in videos if I'm not mistaken, but I've also pointed it out to 9-bit directly that I'm not too comfortable with that. However, me pointing it out over time, I had not recognized that this could actually lead to scamming hundreds or maybe a few thousands from the community at large. The current things that I notice, however, as of typing the script and doing research, the following things popped up. The current new owner is 9-bit, who was the owner of Blocia, unless he sold his Discord account as well and his Instagram or everything. As shown by the chat messages that well, they're very specific, and also look at the profile picture, the specifics love for space helmets. They're the same person. Additionally, I had pointed out to them that I personally don't like the amount of buyable stuff they've got, which is also in this chat, but it felt kind of normal due to how often updates were being pushed. It felt like the game was progressing. However, I was suspicious of the game from the moment it existed, but now I'm far more suspicious to it all after finding out that 9-bit is Cold, who is saying that 9-bit and team scammed their community. A bit odd, isn't it? Additionally, they still have 4 more IAP items on the Ko-fi store, which also, they have a new link, but if you use the old Blocia link, you still do get to the same exact site. Also, why would the new developers use the same exact Ko-fi as well as the old developers? Not sure. Next, the website, the Exploria shop, still has Blocia's Instagram and YouTube connected. If I was the developer and I bought a game and I found out they were scamming, would I not want to have nothing to do with the previous developers and disconnect everything? At least that is me. I'm not saying that, anything negative, but that's what I would. I would not want to be connected to them at all. Everything would have to be changed, revamped, and redone in some way, shape, or form. I'll let you decide whether you think this game is a scam or not, or whether this is just another scam by the developer, who's cold, who is also 9-bit. I'm not sure how else to think about it. We'll see what happens. As of now, I don't intend to stay in the server, as I'm already kind of sussed out, and I'd not like to get hacked again. Third time's enough of a time to be terrified of secondhand creations. So yeah, have a good one. It's been your boy, DeVz. Oh boy, if I get hacked.
You cannot control. This is not super soft, bro. This is sickle cell. Sorry, but just see how it all unfold. I have some troubles I've hidden my locker from sick to the soul to sick like I will. I do not wanna go being that one that says, well, I'll never be well. Thing about wells is, well, them wells run dry. What do you do when your well gets dry? You wanna go DUI, but go change DUI to K.